Alright, hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to a live stream of Darksiders Warmastered Edition, my 100% playthrough. Today is going to be kind of a slow stream. I'm actually going to move that thing over. We're going to be getting achievements. We're going to be getting some very grindy achievements actually. Oh, where's a good place? Maybe down here? Maybe. We're gonna be getting some grindy achievements. We're gonna work on 4 or 5 achievements. One of them, we're gonna be focusing on getting the battle hardened achievement first and foremost. That's gonna be the bulk of the stream and all that good. We're gonna need to grind our scythe and our tremor gauntlet to level 4. And we also need to buy all the combat moves attributed to them. After that, we will be going after the, well, while we're there, we'll also be getting the Devastator achievement as well. And, then we'll just be working on the Ruin achievements for riding for 100 miles and, killing 150 demons from horseback. I'm actually going to be saving improvised kills, Aerial Predator, and open air parking for future playthroughs because I kind of screwed myself out of getting those achievements. In any case, before we get things started, actually, something I wanted to do was equip Ravager to the scythe, and the reason why is because since we got every collectible, Fury's Embrace doesn't really do anything for us. So, we're good to like take that off. You need to go to the Ashlands. The first things first. $400 for. And I actually don't know how much we need. I guess we'll find out. Serpent hole. Going to the Ashlands. There's a couple of good spots to farm for the battle hardened achievement. I'm going to one of them, which actually may be an easier farm because it's a smaller area. The other one that I kind of discovered is kind of like in a larger room, and it made me kind of more difficult for me to traverse because it's a kind of larger area, I guess you could say. So, when we get to the farming thing, I do have some things I would like to talk about. But I guess for right now, something that we'll say is we are kind of nearing the end of this playthrough, at least like approaching the midway point. We still have an entire second playthrough I have to do on apocalyptic, but that may be a little bit faster for us. And we also have a playthrough on easy to do, which we're only like playing up until like the flying section on the way to Tiamat. But once we get to that playthrough, then we should essentially be just about done. I'm actually, this game has been kind of an interesting experience, to say the least. There we go. This will be kind of an interesting experience to say the least. This has been an interesting experience, I should say, to say the least. And it's because it's kind of like the first Zelda-like game I've ever played. And been actually really enjoying myself. I've been enjoying myself so much that I'm actually considering streaming as a Zelda game, which is something I didn't think I would ever say. But, yeah, I've been really enjoying myself so far. I think it's actually entirely possible, possibly not immediately in the near future, but possibly within the next year or so, like I may end up streaming Breath of the Wild. I said that before, but I really do mean it. Like, I've been enjoying myself so much that streaming Breath of the Wild has actually become like a real possibility. I could have sworn I used that chest by the Lilith's boss. Guess I didn't. Chest is still here too. That's a... I don't know what that is. I can't see from this angle. I know for a fact I didn't pick that one up. This is the room where it was actually recommended you do the farming before, from the one of the videos I was looking at, but we're actually gonna go and do a different room. Yeah, that did not do it. Oh, it did get it. Okay, good. So that's one of the things I want to do. Okay, well, there's one. There's one set. So that brought up... not much. Just need to go over here. Switch to a new area, then go back. And the area should respawn. Take me. I'm thinking it may take me a few hours. While we're doing this, I wanted to discuss something that I kind of had to do recently, which is kind of go to the hospital and participate in sort of like a sleep study. For those unaware what a sleep study even is, let me fill you in. For people that have issues sleeping, and people who may have like issues with insomnia or any sort of like sleep related like abnormalities. Hard word for me to say, apparently. You will go to like a hospital and just ask for a sleep study, and they basically you go to a facility where you monitor. You go to a facility where they monitor you while you sleep and just make sure that there's anything not wrong. They basically like study your brain waves. They monitor your brain waves. They nicely got first level. They monitor your brain waves. They monitor your breathing patterns. They monitor like your body behaviors, like if your leg twitches or something, which is something that actually can happen when you're sleeping. They'll be able to tell that like basically pretty much any sort of like unusual sleeping behavior that can exist. They'll be able to tell like what that is. They also are able to monitor like the movement of your eyes. And basically what they can do is they, at least for me and presumably for everyone else, they put probes like things like right on your temples, and right here, like right in the side of your skull, and they put it on both of them. And apparently they, because of its proximity to the optic nerve, apparently. God, I was gonna say. Due to the proximity of the optic nerve, optic camera, whatever I call it, they can actually tell if your they can actually monitor your movement of your eyes and are able to tell if you're enduring like rapid eye movement, which I think is actually pretty cool. When I went in there at about, I'd left at 7:30 at night, and I got there about like 7:45, and apparently I got there a little bit too early because I was still like setting up a little bit with his other patients, but I ended up I kind of fucked up, to be honest, because I didn't hear him ask me to fill out paperwork, and while he was visiting other patients, I was early on my phone playing games on my phone waiting for him to come talk to me because I completely misunderstood what he was saying. Either that or just wasn't paying attention, both of which are very possible. But it was just kind of funny because he was a very chill guy, and he ended up like being a gamer as well, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, I was kind of like whenever I talk to people that are also like into video games and people that don't really expect. But I kind of made a fool of myself when I told him that I didn't actually do the paperwork because I didn't hear him tell me I needed to do the paperwork. I saw it on the bed that I was sitting on. I just didn't hear what he said. And so I ended up like filling it out like in a couple minutes while I was just off in the hallway doing something else. And when it came down to me like lying in bed trying to sleep, I ended up spending like maybe about 3 or 4 hours trying to fall asleep but being physically unable to. And I think like there was a point like when he kind of came in to fix a cord that was kind of like detached or something. He said that it looked like that I was dozing, and I have no idea how he was able to tell that because I've literally just been lying in bed still for 3 to 4 hours, for like 2 hours at that point. Just my eyes were closed, just waiting to fall asleep. I was tired, but I couldn't fall asleep, which is completely normal. And he said that it looked like I was dozing, and I have no idea how he was able to tell that. Like, it's just to me like. I was having such a hard time sleeping. Like, I was pretty much awake for about like 3 or 4 hours just trying to fall asleep but couldn't. And maybe about 11 o'clock at night, maybe midnight, I finally fell asleep. I slept for maybe like 4 or 5 hours. And then I woke up, had a major cotton mouth, and my mouth was just so dry. I was just trying to like generate saliva just to wet my throat, because my throat was just so freaking dry. I was just trying to like get anything down there to moisten it up. And like for like the past for the next like 30-45 minutes, I was just lying in bed awake, just waiting, because I knew it got to be close to 5. And I was just waiting for him to say that the thing is over and I could just go. But at the same time, I was also trying to get some more sleep in. But it was just kind of stupid because, oh my god. I feel I was kind of a little bit upset, to be honest, because typically how sleep works for me is usually, like, it can be impossible at times for me to fall asleep. There'll be times where I'm up, like, tossing and turning till about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning before I hit, fuck it, get up, make a cup of coffee, and then, my medicine is still in my system, and I'm feeling tired all of a sudden. So I guess I'll just go to sleep for the next, like, 6 hours. This happens, like, so often, and it was one of the reasons why I wanted to do the sleep study thing. But it was just so stupid. It really was so stupid. The one time that I actually wanted to have issues sleeping to show the guy what I've been dealing with, I ended up falling asleep, and I actually kind of slept pretty deeply. Like, I only got like 5 or 6 hours of sleep, but it was still enough for me to do a lot more than I typically get, just basing off my medication. I honestly don't know why that happened, to be honest. Considering just how much issues I had sleeping in the past, like, I feel like I should have. I feel like I should have, had like a more part-time sleeping to get my head sleep, but it didn't actually happen. So, moving on. It was kind of an interesting experience, though, doing the whole sleep study thing. Okay, we're almost to level 2, which is nice. It's actually taking a lot less time than I thought it would. Well, I imagine they'll get harder to level as I gain levels, but at least that's what it seemed like so far. I was gonna say, I forgot. Apparently, that kind of thing is actually kind of common. Apparently my dad had that issue too, where he did a sleep study and he wanted to have a hard time sleeping, or so the guy was dealing with, and he ended up like sleeping like a log. I don't know, like, I kind of feel like if you try to sleep when you have like a bunch of wires attached to you, you're gonna have a hard time. I don't know, like, I feel like that it would be kind of difficult for you to fall asleep when you have, like, all this stuff attached. But it's just, for me, like, it was kind of hard to get used to at the beginning, but I quickly got used to it. I won't know any results of the sleep study thing and what my doctor thinks of it until I go to my follow-up appointment with my primary care doctor in, 4 weeks. Sorry, had a brain fart. Something else that to talk about is kind of something I've been kind of dealing with lately. I just really like discuss politics on stream. Usually, like, it's pretty. I always kind of view politics to be a pretty divisive topic. But it's something I'm kind of dealing with right now. For those curious, I live in America. I live in California to be exact. My country kind of elected a dictator as president, and he is doing everything in his power to make the lives of everyday Americans live in hell. And right now he is threatening to target Social Security. Right now the courts are trying to stop him, but it is possible that he may ignore the courts and completely demolish the Social Security system. And nice, he got another one. And if that happens, if he demolishes Social Security, if he makes it so that people don't receive any benefits, then I won't have a source of income. So I was curious, I'm kind of on disability on Social Security. I actually kind of rely on unemployment checks from Social Security, and it's mainly because of the fact that I struggle dealing with people and customer service. Like, oftentimes whenever I try and communicate with someone, whenever someone asks me a question, I typically drop blank. And the last time this happened, last time I worked in customer service was when I was in high school. And I had to work at CVS for a month as part of job training for a program at my high school called Workability. It's kind of an interesting program that I think only a handful of schools actually do. But Workability essentially is a program that gives kids work experience. They kind of teach kids how to make their own resume. They teach, I should say kids, they teach students to make their own resume. They teach students what you can expect when you're applying for a job, like your best, like, what you should do when you go to an interview, what you shouldn't do when you go to an interview, like all this kind of stuff. And they kind of give people work experience and different kind of things as part with the manager's permission. And for me, I worked at CVS Pharmacy, and it was a horrible experience to me. I did not enjoy myself at all, and I just kind of felt completely out of my element. There were times, most of my jobs was essentially just kind of like stocking shelves and stuff like that, but there was a few times when I had like customers come up to me and ask me where something was, and I either made a fool of myself or I just completely draw blank what they were saying, what they were asking, like where something they were asking was, and they could just be asking like, where is the Band-Aids? Like, you need one. Where's the Band-Aids? And it could be something that I just stopped like not too long ago, and I was just like drawing like where the Band-Aids were. And this happened so much, and I just kind of got to the point where I was either hiding in the storage room, or I was hiding in the break room. Like, I spent so much time in the break room, and it's just... it was not a good experience to me, and it just kind of made me realize that I do not have like it in me to kind of deal with people in customer service. It's difficult when you are an introvert like me. When you are when you're not used to communicating with others, when you're not good at communicating with others, and it can be a very difficult thing to do for customer service. I honestly think that I may have an easier time with labor jobs or behind a computer than doing anything else. Gonna turn down everything a little bit. I kind of felt like the gameplay audio was drowning out my voice, so I just want to fix that. But like the reason why I'm not taking unemployment checks is I can't really work at any sort of job that requires that requires customer service, and this is just something that I typically struggle with. And most of the jobs available for someone with a high school education are customer service jobs. And right now, Social Security is being threatened to be taken away by the Trump administration, and if that happens, I will have no form of income. I'll have no way to like earn any form of money. Like I pay an artist like $50 per thumbnail to make thumbnails for YouTube videos, and if Social Security gets taken away, then we'll be able to pay her. I have actually been trying to focus on getting my first book finished and published, but it's completely out of my hands at this point. My first first draft has been finished for several months at this point, like at least like mid 2024, and I have literally been waiting for my editor to finish editing my piece so that I can send it to be published, and he has just taken a sweet ass time. And it's been really kind of frustrating because I feel like that time is kind of of the essence. I need to get like an alternate source of income, a more stable source of income. And I can't really do that until my first book is finished and published. But it's been kind of a struggle, and I had to like cut back on like all of my ongoing projects with my other artists, and I had like someone, one of my artists that like, I have a really good rapport with. She actually designed the cover for my first book. She actually was trying to do something nice for me and redesign my overlays to my new logo design, and she showed me the intro with all their like revised things, and it looks really good, but I can't pay her. I cannot pay her for work, which means I can't have access to my overlays, because I'm not sure if my financial situation will get worse if Trump takes away Social Security, or if it'll become more stable if my book is published and I have a different source of income. If my first book is published and I get an alternate source of income via royalties, then I'll actually be willing to kind of pay her, and I'll actually be more willing to kind of pay other artists for their work. But I'm not willing to spend money that could be too much money that when I don't know if that money will be taken away. What I'm trying to say. I got halfway to level 3. I'll be kind of glad once this grind is kind of over, and once we're essentially done with this game and we can essentially boss rush the story. I'm probably still gonna go for all collectibles again in apocalyptic, just to give me an advantage with more health zones. But I'm not gonna buy an Undying Shard until I get used to the newer higher difficulty in combat. I bought an Undying Shard early on. I think I got it. Why did I get it? I think I got it to get to help me survive against the Stygian worm, and I end up not even needing it because though I kind of struggled with him, I still beat him with one try with no deaths. But I still have it in a dying shard, but it's definitely like a nice quest to have, but I honestly don't know if I'll end up using it. I did take a look at the Destroyer boss. For those curious, people may watch these streams and feel like that I kind of had an easy time against a lot of the bosses. A lot of those bosses, pretty much every single boss actually, I actually looked into to try, because I knew they had like a gimmick attached to them and I wanted to figure out what that gimmick was. So none of those bosses except, well, none of those bosses did I go in blind, is what I was saying. Because I did kind of watch a video on how to beat those bosses, because I knew if I tried to fight them legit that I would have a lot more deaths. And I did look into the final boss, and honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It's still probably be a hard boss, but honestly, have an easy time. I feel like I haven't had a death in this game, and I don't know, like maybe since the Ruiner, or the Griever I should say. Did I die in the dungeon with the Griever? Oh, I think I know where I died. Like I died to that angel thing when I was competing with the name. Whole thing. I think or maybe the last time I died. That's 75% to the next upgrade. This should be upgrade number 3. That's a really good spot to grind. I was not checking the weapon level there, by the way. I was just checking to see if I had the soul perk on. We're up to 4,000 souls now, which is nice. We're only about 34 minutes into the stream. Only like 49 minutes if we're going by the actual stream counter, but 34 minutes gameplay. And we are about halfway, almost like done with the scythe. Still gonna be here a while. I guess something I could talk about, like in the meantime, is kind of like where things are kind of going on with my story. Just as a quick reminder, I'm writing a novel project that's inspired off of Judeo-Christian beliefs, and it's essentially like a story kind of focusing on the conflict between heaven and hell. I had this idea to write a that kind of spawned from a dream, actually, to have like a fictional sort of like the FBI of heaven, called the Hyde Agency, the Higher Investigation and Demonic Entities, to send agents down to Earth to protect to fight demons, to protect humanity while operating in the shadows. And that's essentially what my first book has been about, is sort of like the introduction to that storyline. And what I think is actually kind of interesting is, so far, like, everyone who has read it, including my editor, has actually loved it. And it just kind of reaffirms, in my opinion, that it's going to be like a success, like people who read it will like it. And the first book was kind of focusing on different themes, and as I was drafting it, like, I had more ideas of things I wanted to do. For an example is, the main antagonist, his name is Fade, and he was going to be like a more flat character. Before like initially, like an initial draft is gonna be like a more flat character, but the idea that I had to kind of make, to kind of expand on his character by making his, essentially just kind of making his character more interesting in the sense that he's doing what he does because he feels like he has to, but also because he wants, like, this main, like, character thing will eventually be kind of focused on legacy. And though he will be kind of defeated in book 1, he will be brought back in the third trilogy, and he will have an important role to play. But I toyed with the idea of making him a follow-on theme of legacy, which is essentially how you want others to remember you. And I kind of introduced that concept by him repeatedly saying, "This is not how my story ends." Like, he said that like 3 times to the main character. It's just such a simple line, but it will like carry a lot more weight. I'm gonna try and make it carry a lot more weight in the third trilogy when he kind of makes a comeback. And he's gonna be kind of one of those redeemable villains. Like, he did like some incredibly heinous things in book 1, but by the end of the third trilogy, I'm gonna try and make him redeem himself, and that's something I always kind of like to do. I always kind of like writing villains that just are able to kind of redeem themselves and actually able to change, like, based on their mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with like writing a villain that is evil for the sake of being evil. I just personally kind of find those type of villains to be kind of bland and boring. I kind of like more writing 3-dimensional villains where characters kind of change their outlook on life based on their interactions with the main characters. And that's what I'm going to try and do with most of my antagonists. It's like a lot of my antagonists, actually. Some of them actually are minor. In fact, a lot of them are minor. It's kind of really meant to be like a filler to lead up to the big bad. But, it's like what their interactions with the heroes is what I'm trying to make most important. Like what they say to the heroes, what they think about the heroes, and how they build upon the plot upon their defeat is what I'm trying to make most important. Like for writing even like a minor villain. And for an example is for my second book, like I drafted a scene, like an outline for the death of one of the main kind of like hidden antagonists, I guess you could say. That was kind of seen in book one, but the main characters weren't aware of them until the end of the story. And they're kind of like the main focus of book two. But the main focus is also like another villain separate to them. Nice, we got a level 3. But she had a line that she said to the main character, essentially being controlled by like a malevolent force. And it's kind of hard to explain, but it's essentially, to kind of explain like mildly, there is like a saying whenever you kind of have someone in your head telling you to do something bad, it's often kind of portrayed as the devil, like telling you to do something. Some media, or like the little devil on your shoulder telling you to do something bad or something like that. In a lot of cartoons, they're kind of depicted like an angel and a demon like on their shoulder telling you to do like right and wrong. But the force that actually tells you, that compels you to do bad things in my story, it's not the devil. Actually, it's essentially like the primitive form of like a power system that demons use called darkness, and the embodiment of that darkness is an entity known as Lilith, who I talked about in this story, in this game, who it was essentially like a demon in the Bible that was actually the first, not really demon. She was the first woman created by God in the Catholic religion. But she was banished when she would try to like compel Adam to essentially kind of do wrong, essentially. But and she was banished, and Eve was created instead to be more compliant and subservient to Adam, which is kind of like misogynistic of the Bible. But what do you expect? It's the Bible. But it's probably gonna get me a lot of trouble. But it's kind of like implied that there's like a lot of misogyny, a lot of kind of like messed up and like old and dated terms and themes used in the Bible, but it's product of its time. Anyway, Lilith in my story is sort of like the embodiment of the power of darkness that all demons use. Every single demon in hell, and even like every demon residing in hell, like every Redeemos as I call it, they learn to resist the influence of Lilith, and they try and like maintain like their own like individuality, their own will. But Lilith is always there, like pushing against them, compelling them to do what she wants. And it is implied that those who fully give in to her will kind of lose their essence, essentially. Like they lose themselves, they lose who they are, because Lilith is essentially taking command and not themselves. And in my story, give me a major spoiler. I probably shouldn't say that. There is a character that will be controlled by Lilith in book 2, and when they confront like an antagonist that they were kind of targeting, he kind of the antagonist implies that doing this won't make you feel better, essentially. And unfortunately, the person was essentially too lost or too broken to be able to respond. But it's kind of like moments like that where the antagonist kind of makes subtle jabs to kind of make the characters kind of think, reflect what I've been trying to do with my own story. There's so much I would love to talk about in my story, but a lot of it is incredibly like spoiler heavy. I'm not really too worried about spoilers right now because my channel is very small. Not a lot of people watch it. But eventually, when my novel project gets off the ground, hopefully if my channels grow, people may come down to these series sometime in the future and they may get spoiled on some pretty heavy events in my novel project. And me personally, I was never too bothered by spoilers. Like just looking at like classic Doctor Who, like I've been kind of reading the synopsis of each serial before I watch the serial, just so I know what to expect. And I do that in a couple reasons. First and foremost, I've had issues in the past where I kind of read the bio of an episode, like when I'm watching this on Netflix or something. And the bio caused me to lose complete interest in the episode, and so I read the bio of the story so that I know what to expect. I don't like see one episode and just think, oh, the character's not going to be able to get out of this or something like that. And it's been kind of like working well for me. Like I've been able to like get through from from like William Hartnell's to essentially the almost an entire first 3 seasons of John Pertwee. Like I'm on the final serial of the 3rd season of John Pertwee called The Time Monster, and it's been interesting. But it's just I always end up spoiling myself when I'm watching classic Doctor Who because I just I want to know what to expect. It's maybe kind of counterintuitive for watching new series, but just me personally, I was never too bothered by spoilers. It's not so much that spoilers. It's not so much that I just don't mind spoilers. It's that I just, how do I phrase this? A lot of people get upset because I like to be surprised when they watch a TV show or a movie, and they hate it when people spoil a show for them. For me, I always kind of view spoilers as something to expect in the future when I'm watching the series. Like, it's not so much about me, like, getting, wanting to, know, like, what the story is or whatever before actually watching the story. It's just kind of more so, like, me knowing the key events so that I know what to expect. I can't really explain, like, for a lot of people watching, they may kind of think it's just kind of dumb or it's just, doesn't make sense, but how my brain works. I do this for pretty much every episode, every series I get into. Not every series I get into, but some. Only 25%, maybe 20%, and hard to tell. You're near the end of this side thing, though. One second, I'm gonna get some drink. $6,000 souls. Actually, kind of crazy that I'm actually at this point. I feel like I've been streaming this game for that long. Yeah, a couple of months at this point, but been making a lot of progress lately. There's actually been some games I've actually been really tempted to kind of swap out in my order list. Right now, the queue for my games is Just Cause 1. Actually, hold on. I can't remember what the queue was. What's my queue? About? It's Just Cause 1, Far Cry 4, and Saints Row 2. So those are the games currently set in my queue, but I've actually been considering doing a couple things. First and foremost, I've actually been considering moving Sly Cooper 2 up, and probably going to be replacing Saints Row 2. Another game I was really considering signing to my schedule is once Darksiders is done, I was actually kind of wanting to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And if I do that game, I'm probably going to do it like on, do a playthrough on normal for 100% and also do New Game Plus and get the new collectibles found there. I haven't really decided if I'm going to do that, to be honest. I may, but it's just... The main thing that kind of makes me not want to play Breath of the Wild is a fucking collectible. There's way too many Korok seeds in the game. Like, if they had like 10 in each region, that would be doable. But that's like 30 or 40 in each region. It's just so overwhelming. There's 900 Korok seeds in the base game alone across like maybe 9 or 10 regions. I think I will have fun with that game, but as of right now, like, I don't actually have a good way to stream Nintendo Switch. I will actually need to be able to get a, like a Pro Controller to put my Joy-Cons in, and I'm also gonna need to get a second set of Joy-Cons and a charging dock before I'm ready to stream that. Another game like I've been really considering playing on this channel as well is Pokemon Legends Arceus. A game I've been wanting to play for a while, and I think if I were to play that, it'd be like the first. Oh, actually, it's not true anymore. It's the first Pokemon game I'm playing on the Nintendo console, where I will be getting 100% of the Pokedex. But I will say that would be true. I've actually played Pokemon Red, Pokemon Emerald, and I'm playing Pokemon Fire Red right now, but I'm got like the Pokédex completed for Red and Emerald. And I am about 40 Pokemon species away from completing the Pokédex in Fire Red. These regional decks, not the national decks. But yeah, it's something that really pissed me off though. I went into Seafoam Islands for the first time on way to Sandbar Island when I was playing Fire Red this morning, and ran into Articuno, and I thought, you know, my Pokemon is at level 41, and the Articuno is probably level 45. I can probably take it. It was level 50, and literally took all my killing items just to keep my Blastoise alive, and the fucking Pokemon ate like 70 Ultra Balls before I was able to catch it. I cannot believe that it just ate like that many Pokeballs. I know that it was a legendary, and I actually did end up like switching in my Execute to put Sunspore on it. Which, if it had an Ice Beam still, I think you could use up on the move a PP for the Ice Beams. But if it had an ice cream still, it would have probably one-shot my execute since it's weak to it. But it's grass bug, something, or grass psychic. But it's just, I'm not expecting the Armageddon to take that many Pokemon away. Yeah, it caught like Articuno before in Pokemon Red, as I said before, but in Pokemon Red and Gen 1, like, sleep is such a broken status effect that if you put a Pokemon to sleep, they'll stay asleep for like 5 or 6 turns, or 5 or 8 turns, and they actually, sleep actually has like the most amount of luck for catch rate in Gen 1. So, though not like guaranteed, like if you put a legendary Pokemon to sleep and just lob a bunch of Ultra Balls at it, maybe not immediately, but within like 5 or 6 balls you could catch it. That's how broken sleep is in Gen 1. But that's not a thing in Pokemon Fire Red though. I've been a huge fan of Pokemon since I was a kid. I never was able to beat a Pokemon game. I got into Elite Four a few times, but I never could beat them. I was kind of a horrible player when I was a kid. Like, I was a bad gamer, like, all around. Like, it was kind of amazing me that I was able to beat, like, any of the games I played as a kid. But, Pokemon in particular, like, a game that's essentially kind of based on, like, a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. Like, I did not understand type matchups, and I also did not understand that, some Pokemon are better stat-wise than others. And, I literally, so fucking stupid. Oh. I literally, caught Pokemon within the first couple routes and used them to build my team. So, like, for Pokemon Fire Red, I'll have, like, a Pidgey, a Rattata, both of the, Viridian Forest bug Pokemon, the category eventually, like, Butterfree and Beedrill. I probably would have a Spearow or a Mankey from one of those other routes. And I did not know that, like, half of those Pokemon were just horrible stat-wise. Freaking Butterfree and Beedrill in particular were just all-around, like, bad Pokemon. I mean, you could use them on your team, but they're not gonna sweep anything. And I did not understand that some Pokemon were just bad stat-wise, and I just did not get that. And, I would end up, like, trying to keep, like, all of them the same level, then it got to be too much. I just kind of kept, like, the top 3 Pokemon high level, and then that got to be too much. So then I only, like, end up training my starter Pokemon, and then I just found myself just being completely overwhelmed. Like, if I managed to get to the Elite Four, by the Elite Four, it's completely sweeping my team. So dumb. You viewers that stream Boo? Not interested in buying viewers, because doing that could get my channel permanently deleted. God damn it. About 40% there. I wish I could just make it so that those bots just get banned, like, as soon as they try and, like, type something, like, my stream would just recognize that they're just kind of saying, like, a bot message and then really be banned. I get those bots every single time I go live. I'm so tired of being myself. Nearly an hour into the stream and we are nearing the end of our first weapon. Probably gonna be here for probably another couple hours at this point, to be honest. The good news is, I think actually we'll have enough souls by the end of this run to be able to buy every single move, so I honestly think that's entirely possible that we shouldn't have any difficulty during the battle hardened achievement. Once we get these two weapons to level 4, we can backtrack to Wolgrim and the Ashlands and we can buy those things, and hopefully we'll have enough souls. I honestly kind of think that as of right now we may have enough souls to buy everything. Hard to tell. I don't know like how it happened, but my laptop has been getting like notifications whenever any of the YouTubers that I follow make a post, and it gets to be like so overwhelming because I'll just be logging onto my game as soon as I pull up Google Chrome, get like 15 notifications of like YouTubers that posting a video, and just got one just now. I'm probably gonna watch those from my favorite Let's Player. I can't stress this enough. Like I mentioned this YouTuber like a few times so far. I absolutely love Charlie Conroy as a YouTuber. Like he's just so unique. Like Let's Play isn't really that unique of a thing, but his formula for how he just kind of always introduces like new information for a game in every single episode he plays, makes, it's just fascinating. I always feel like I learned something about games that I feel like I wouldn't actually learn from like any other Let's Player. Like for example, like his Pokemon, any one of his Pokemon Let's Plays, he didn't have to do a bio of every single Pokemon and their evolutions, and then like give his advice for how to use them or their viability in the game. But he does it for every single game and just is definitely like the YouTuber with the most high quality content for any game he plays. It's just incredible. I feel like that he is someone that every Let's Player should aspire to be like, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't actually consider myself to be a Let's Player, to be honest. I guess I kind of am a Let's Player, but I feel like that I'm more so a completionist than anything. About halfway there now. We're almost at 8,000 souls. Damn it. I don't think there's a faster way to get this done, though. Maybe I should, like, been using the other weapons as I've been playing the game, but there's so many things like the scythe and the Tremor Gauntlet are as useful in combat as the Chaos Eater. I kind of feel like the Chaos Eater like is objectively superior than other things. Honestly, like maybe in the next hour and a half of this raid, like we'll be done. Maybe. We'll see. Actually, I think it might be like 2 hours at this point. I'm thinking that it may be 3:30 will be done. It's currently 2:06. Just curious, the Dark Rider achievements for riding Ruin for 100 miles, we're just gonna get that done in the Ashlands, and we're gonna try and farm the other one for riding Ruin, like in the Crossroads if we can. I really love the regeneration effect for I can't remember what it's called. Itchy head. I really like the regeneration effect in the Abyssal armor. Really nice. I kind of hate that they always end up getting cheap shots on me as soon as I jump into the pit and they kind of drop down. I can never like avoid taking damage. How close am I now? About 60% maybe. 55. Yeah, it's so hard to tell like where I'm at. Realize like freaking war has huge feet. Like he just had like, I don't even think like he even has ankles. I think it's just like, look at those things. It's just fucking fat legs with fat feet. Badass. I'm not one to talk. I can't stop looking at his feet. Like, he just has like such big feet and such. Oh my god. They're thinking with his design. Honestly, like, I had like no problem with his design, like, until I started really paying attention to his feet. Oh, what am I doing? I'll be very surprised if you don't have enough souls to get everything. Stop, or. Cannot wait until this is done. And we're still out with the trimmer balance to do, so we're gonna be here for a little while longer. At the very least, when we get the scythe done, it should give us a good idea of how long it's gonna take us to get the trimmer balance done. I've already been doing this for a little over an hour. Go back to the slides just to say what we at. About 70%, almost there. Something I will say is this game essentially has like a platinum trophy for Xbox called BFA. I always kind of like when Xbox games get platinum trophies. You don't really get those trophies often on games. It's normally like a PlayStation exclusive, but I always kind of like it when I play a game that has one of those trophies. Achievement, I should say. Borderlands 3 that I covered on this channel, like not on YouTube, it's actually one of the first games I covered on this channel, maybe the second or third game I covered. That also had a platinum trophy. I did end up getting it live. Well, it's kind of an experience though. That's actually something I'm still like holding over one of my friends' heads. He claims to be like the biggest Borderlands fan, like in the same way that I'm like the biggest Assassin's Creed fan, I guess. But I still like brag to this day about me as 100%ing and getting essentially the platinum for Borderlands 3. Something that he actually hasn't done because I haven't finished the DLC. I don't even know if he's done it yet. I've been like talking to him about it in a while. Give me 1 second here. Can you test something? Testing. Alright. Making sure. I saw something sketchy in my OBS. But I'll honestly be kind of upset if I've been talking for the past hour and however many minutes and microphone was glitched. That's actually been kind of my biggest concern, to be honest, is at this point is just kind of having like technical difficulties like that. Keep shot yet again. Is here another spider? No? Okay. Thought I heard a spider scurrying around. Almost done here, at least with the scythe. It's so glad when this is done. It's actually something that I kind of always like hate to do, and when I'm streaming, grinding out achievements. It's really because of the fact that I'm always cognizant of the fact that I'm essentially an entertainer. And when I'm not like doing anything that I need to be entertaining, I feel like that's really kind of like gonna negatively affect my audience. I honestly kind of half expect like anyone like on Twitch to just kind of stumble into my stream and see what I'm doing right now and immediately leave if that hasn't happened already. That's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of hate achievements like Battle Hardened, where I have to like grind like weapon levels or something like that, or kill like an unseemly amount of enemies or something stupid like that we had to farm. Farming for achievements is never fun, to be honest. But it is necessary if you want to get 100% completion. My version 100%. I am nothing if not persistent. $10,000 souls. I think we'll definitely have enough to buy every single weapon skill when we put ability. We'll put whatever we want to call it. I think we'll definitely have enough souls to get everything once we're done with the grind here. Something I will say, like, regarding, like, New Game Plus in this game. How New Game Plus works, there is a New Game Plus, kind of like a New Game Plus. You can, essentially, if you collected the Abyssal Armor, you can, like, carry on, equip the Abyssal Armor at the start of your next playthrough. The problem is, you don't retain your weapon levels, you don't retain your health shards, you don't retain your wrath cores. You don't retain anything. You're essentially still like go back to level 1, which is really kind of dumb. Yeah, that kind of just takes away the point of New Game Plus. But you just keep the Abyssal Armor, which may still make the game a little bit easier, but it's just kind of stupid. I honestly don't know if I'll have like an easier time with the Abyssal Armor and the Game Plus. I'll still be playing on the hardest difficulty, apocalyptic, but I don't know if I would still have a hard time. I don't know if it'll make the game easier or nah, because I'll still be like dropped down to level 1 essentially, but almost done here. Excuse me, just kinda burped. Okay, another round done. Maybe 225 right now, and we are almost done. Maybe 2 more rounds of this, and we'll be done. I'm up. Okay, maybe 1 more round. It gotta be close. Oh yeah, we're right on the border. Okay, I guess maybe 1 more round. Keep saying that until I get it at this point. Very surprised I haven't got it yet. $227. I'm sorry, 228. 228. My clock is a minute slow apparently. How have you not gone that last level? Keep trying this. Keep going until we get it. How have we not gotten it yet? I'd be like 1 away at this point. And at this for about 1 hour and 30 minutes. I feel like it gotta be 1 away. Hey, there's gotta be... We've gotta be on the brink at this point. Realized I did the math a little bit more in my head. It's taking us like an hour and 30 minutes to get this done. We probably won't be done with this until 4. About like another 4 hours. Really, it's still an hour and 30 minutes away, but it's this is much longer. How have we not gotten it yet? Oh, look at that. Dude, there is no way we want to get in this next round. Fact. Yoo-hoo! Ow. Literally how? There we go. So you got the scythe master at long last. Now we need to work on the trimmer gauntlet. So we'll see if I am correct in my estimation of it taking until 4-ish for us to be done. Probably not like the trimmer gauntlet may level faster. Get off me! Can't even charge it up. Just trying to charge it up to get like a big shockwave going, and they were just kept on like attacking me. I hit a lot more than I would like, to be honest. gonna try something else. That's taking like way too long. Oh yeah, that's much better. There we go. So we got a level in Tremor Gauntlet now. Oh, dude, that is so cool. If the Tremor Gauntlet was a little bit more, if they didn't have that like large charge up time window, and if it was actually more useful in spamming it, then I may be more willing to use it. But Chaos Eater's better all around. Wasn't even paying attention. We got a for sure about that, maybe 30%, 40%. Fucking dicks. I think I figured it out now. Almost got to level 2. I swear to God, like Chaos Eater just levels faster. You know what it may be? I don't know why I didn't think about this. It's probably because I have this Tremor Gauntlet, the weapon lore equipped, and besides may have actually been equipped. I may have level faster if I had that weapon lore equipped. Now I think about it, there's one of the souls. So it actually may not take that much longer to get done. Excuse me. Yeah, that's done. One guy's level 2. Is that an idiot, by the way? Oh no. Come on. I thought the death one gave weapon experience size. At the level 2, nice. I actually starting to like the Tremor Gauntlet a bit. Currently about 15 minutes away from being 3 o'clock. Dude, I think I just figured out the trick to the Tremor Gun. Like, you just release Y when you see that flash. I don't know why it took me that long to figure that out. Fucking demolished them that round. You got another one. Almost halfway to level 3. Halfway to level 3. A little bit more annoying than I would have liked. I think what I could talk about. Dude, the fact that it just kind of blows everyone up is just awesome. Almost to level 3, like 75% there. Just 60%. 70%, I don't know. Something weird is kind of going on with my desktop, something I could talk about. I had to download a different antivirus program because the one I've been using... The one I've been using, it turns out, was linked to fraud. Basically, I was getting charged twice for seemingly 2 different companies. And I had to, like, report fraud on my card, and I had to get a new card and all this kind of stuff. And then I sent the person, like, an email saying, hey, cancel this account, I did not pay for it. And it was essentially, like, 2 different companies that were named similarly, and apparently they were connected. And when I sent that person the fraudulent email, a company, saying, hey, I'm getting charged from 2 different places, I only, I did not pay for that, blah, 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 blah. Apparently, the antivirus program thing that I use, and the other one that I was being charged for, in addition to the one I use, apparently, they were the same company, because when I asked them to cancel my card, my membership, they canceled both of the things for it, so I ended up having to get a new antivirus program. And I used AVG, like the cheapest, most affordable antivirus program that I was aware of. And what's kind of frustrating with AVG is every single time I run my video editor at Filmora, it always alerts me that it's trying to access thumbnails that is saved in the Filmora folder, so it's like thumbnails that Filmora owns. And this fucking dumbass antivirus program keeps on trying to stop, like saying, hey, this app is trying to access this file that is connected to you. Do you want to allow it or block it? It's so dumb. I don't understand like why. Why like it had to be that way. Almost level 3. A lot less time than scythe. I'm honestly gonna think about installing and canceling membership for AVG now. Like, I just maybe go back to vast security, something. I don't know. It's so dumb. Maybe I'll try like going with no antivirus program for now. Not like I don't really go into like any sort of illicit websites or anything. I shouldn't really stop it. Nice. Stop it. Shouldn't really like encounter like any issues with viruses. The trimmer gun is a lot nicer than I initially thought. Not getting much experience off of that. Probably gonna be here a while. Listen, I am completely bored right now. I honestly really want to stop playing, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. This is why I kind of hate farming in games, because it's just so fucking mind-numbingly tedious. Like, if I am bored playing it, you will probably be bored watching it. The bright side, once this achievement is earned, I will never be getting it again. Unless I decide to play the 360 version at some point in the future, which it's a game that I played before. Actually, no, I did play it on Xbox. It was only available on Xbox. I think I remember. Did I play it on PS3 as well? I think I may have owned Darksiders on both PlayStation and Xbox. I think Darksiders actually was a Game with Gold thing, so it was like free with Games with Gold. And when I first played the game, I know for a fact I did not get that far. Airbnb TMN my first playthrough. I did have fun up until that point, but I never got past Tiamat. Ah, God! I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. Like I watched like a Doctor Who serial today. Yeah, like a lot of time to kill before I started streaming, so I just watched I watched a mutant serial, like the second to last serial in season 9, I think. It was an interesting serial. I just kind of like the villain and the main antagonist was just, I don't know, like he was quite possibly like the most vile person in like the vile antagonist in the series thus far. But I did kind of like the serial a bit, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Apparently, like a lot of people kind of dislike it, but I thought it was interesting. Like, to give like an example of like what this antagonist did while we're kind of on the topic, he wanted to kill, pretty much like make like the atmosphere of this planet that he was trying to colonize only habitable to humans, and it essentially designed to kill the natives. So he essentially wants to do a genocide just to be able to colonize a planet that humans could live in. And it was just so fucked up. Like, it was just, how fucking sick do you have to be to want to like commit genocide just so you can live in peace? Like, just... And another thing was, apparently like the atmosphere of that planet wasn't always so hazardous, and it was like the experiments of these people that made it so hazardous. It's kind of funny, like, Doctor Who has to make like a villain, they have to make an antagonist, they kind of have to make like a reason for their action and all this kind of stuff. A lot of them kind of make like the antagonists, like, their characters like more interesting. Like, for example, is Vaughn in Invasion of the Cybermen, and the Patrick Troughton era. Vaughn and Invasion of London, I think it's called like Invasion of the Cybermen, Invasion of London or something. He was such a great antagonist that he overshadowed the Cybermen. Like, the Cybermen may as well have not been there. They may have well been background characters, and they kind of were. Vaughn was such a great villain. Like, I absolutely loved him. It's just, he's just kind of like an example, like a villain. It's not exactly like cartoony to the extent like the villain and the mutants, but he was definitely intimidating. He had his own motivation, his own desires, and in the end it cost him. Like, his trust in the Cybermen and nobody turning his back on him. He ended up dying to them. It's kind of, he definitely was probably the most intimidating antagonist of the Troughton era. With the second, with possibly it being second only to the Warlord / the Time Lords and the War Games and Patrick Troughton's final serial. But God, I really like Vaughn as a villain. Like, he's just so good. Also, the invasion is actually no. Never mind. I was about to make a blatant lie. Patient Assignment was a second serial to face. Stop it. Stop it. Patient Assignment was the second serial to feature Brigadier Lester Stewart. The first one was the Web of Fear. Web of Fear was also kind of like an interesting serial as well. It's kind of like the second serial to focus on the great intelligence as an antagonist. And I think it was just that she was kind of overshadowed by Brigadier's presence because such like a great character. It was just like he was just so trusting and so willing to believe like the Doctor's story. They just kind of make him kind of endearing. A lot of people in Doctor Who, when they kind of hear the Doctor speak, they just think he's like a lunatic, but freaking, Brigadier Lester Stewart was kind of one of the first to willingly believe him, like, right from the get-go, which is kind of nice. I feel like he kind of got downgraded a bit in the Pertwee era, so we got to see more of him. From what I've seen of him so far, I don't know, like he, as kind of fucked up as it sounds, people watching this from England may get offended by it. I mean, but he kind of reminds me of like an American military person. Now the fact that he's like gun-ho and stuff. Like I think in the Damon's serial, like the last serial of season 8. He literally just, there's like a gargoyle thing that was kind of attacking, and he literally just he just kind of went over to his like lieutenant and stuff, and he said, "Wing chap, 5 rounds rapid, I can't remember what the third thing he said, but it's essentially trying to tell his like sergeant to fire at the gargoyle thing like 5 times fast with his rifle." It was so funny. Like a lot of charm in the classic Doctor Who. I kind of like him more in his 2 appearances in the Belgian era than I have him in the Pertwee era, which is kind of weird. I think that shouldn't be the case. I mean, he's still like very much like on the Doctor's side, but it's just a lot of times his portrayal is just kind of off-putting. But I kind of do like, despite all that being said, I do kind of like his interaction with Pertwee a bit. Although I do kind of didn't like him in season 7, at the end of season 7, when he essentially dismissed Liz Shaw, like the first companion of Pertwee's Doctor. He dismissed Liz Shaw because she was kind of talking back to him. I thought that was kind of fucked up. No, I did really like Liz Shaw as a character, but Jill Grant is really growing on me. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Vicky from the Hartnell era. I don't know why, maybe it's her hair. Almost done. I think maybe like 3 or 4 more rounds of this and we'll be done with this. We can just backtrack to Vulgrim. Stop it. And just backtrack to Vulgrim and buy the weapon abilities. We are almost done. Did I just like kill all of them in a, well, it was kind of more in one shockwave, but I was expecting to do that much damage on one thing. Almost done here. me 2 or 3 more runs. God damn it, did it again. Stop it. Stop it. Let's see, yeah. Let's see if this is where we get it, but I don't think it's gonna be when we get it. Fuck off! Oh my god, just fuck off. Maybe one more try, maybe 2. Oh my god, just fuck off. Oh, we are just so close to getting it done. Okay, definitely one more try after this. I'll be very surprised. We're right on the border. Dude, fuck off. Oh my god, stop. Okay, got it in the max out. You just need to kill these guys and we're gonna move on. And it's get out of here. Gun verify. Our batteries aren't low. What will we do about that? Actually, the second rechargeable battery dock I ended up getting since I started this channel. The first one was an Energizer battery. It got to the point where my batteries no longer maintained a charge. So I ended up having to get a new battery dock and new rechargeable batteries. And these ones are Duracell, and surprise, surprise, Duracell durable. They are lasting a lot longer. I like how they get new portraits when you level them up. This was the room, by the way, where this was a room back there was a big room, by the way, where you could have also farmed that. Okay, let's make our way back to Volgrim. So we are going for the Darksider achievement, which is for traveling 100 miles or 100 miles something by horse. We're gonna be doing that by doing circles around the Ashlands. Hey, Volgrim, let's get an achievement. I hope to God I have enough souls. Okay, we do not have enough for that. How much more do we need? 1,200, 800. That's 2,000. Well, we can come back to this. Yeah, a little bit more souls. Hopefully this one won't take it that long. We just need 2,000 souls. We're actually getting very close to getting... Oh, there's a greenhouse chest we missed. That we need it. Need more demons. Another green chest. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. Switch to the tile screen. You actually should be able to get the horseman in actually pretty soon. Oh, I didn't keep my souls. That's a rip. Didn't keep my souls. I wonder why. Yeah, I'm actually gonna travel to the Scalding Gallows, actually. Just said actually twice, I just realized.
What would you ask? That is wise.
Okay, now we need 2,400 for the next one. He must have fallen over. Okay, there we go. About ready to go back to the crossroads. $247 now. What is it? Oh, I passed it. Thought I did. Gun Vulgar? I wonder what the best method of farming souls is. Maybe, there you are. Maybe I should, go do the, Wicked Cave fights. There's 3 more that I have left to do. Wicked Cave actually gives a lot of souls for defeat. Maybe I'll do that first before we get the Horseman achievement. I just need to look up locations for Wicked K. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually sounds more entertaining. Darksiders, Wicked, okay, locations. Yeah, let's go to the choking grounds. I'm only doing this because Wicked Cake can give a lot of souls for it. Didn't realize that staircase is already exposed.
Terribly sorry, but I'll have to kill you now.
That wasn't that bad. Okay, so go do another Wicked Cave fight. The next one's at the Drowned Pass. As well, I just keep trying to go for this. There you go. Come on. There you go. Okay, let's go do this wicked cave fight. I think he's here. But it's not here. Oh, I am in the wrong location. That explains it.
I'm terribly sorry, but I'll have to kill you now. I should instruct you about the station here. Prepare for a right royal thrashing.
Wicked K is kind of like a cult figure. A lot of people like him. He's in like every single Darksiders game. In fact, Darksiders 2, he's like a final. He's the final boss in the Crucible, which is 104 boss rush essentially. Got to face off against a wide variety of enemies. And the Wicked K was supposed to be the final boss. And a DLC for Darksiders 3, I can't remember what DLC it is. I want to say it's also called Crucible. But in that in the DLC for Darksiders 3, you can also fight him as a boss there. He's in like every single Darksiders. I think it's also in Darksiders Genesis. Or, I think that's what it's called. One where you get to play as Strife. Which, if the next Darksiders game, supposedly there's one development, if you don't play as Strife in that game, I'm gonna be a little bit upset.
Not as wise as powerful.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do this last cave fight. I honestly wasn't expecting to do all the wicked cave fights up until this point, to be honest. I wasn't even planning on doing it, I just needed the souls, and I know he gets a lot of souls. Oh, there's a soul chest here, that's nice. Didn't even know this was here. Not nearly enough souls.
Terribly sorry, but I'll have to kill you now.
You gotta attack and get yourself open. Are you gonna give me a chance to attack?
This ruffian! I shall throttle you about the face and ear. Gentlemen's rules know no sharp or foul language.
Dude, what's he doing? Okay, well, I don't think I got a single hit on him. But, well, I was hitting him a lot, but it was blocking every attack I did. And that should be all the wicked cave fights. I honestly was expecting them to be a little bit more challenging.
Not as wise as
What? Is it delayed? Reforge Armageddon Blade during the story. Yeah, well, that's the case. Let's just go ahead and forge Armageddon blade. I need to make sure, though. I need to make sure. Darksiders. Can you still do free roam? Does Fort just do it this way? Okay. It's gonna forge Armageddon blade long last. Let's go to choking grounds first. In fact, I'm also going to put on I know where it is. Hey, where am I going? There's this chest I didn't know was here. Got rage. In a mask of shadows. Let's see, now let's go ahead and do Crossroads. Something I should mention is apparently you want to level up Chaosier level 4 before you forge the Armageddon Blade. As that may lock you out of getting the Battle Hardened challenge. I already did, so I don't need to worry about that. Kill these guys first. On. Oh, you got a challenge. Achievement, I should say. I could have sworn I remember seeing there was a chest somewhere up here. Am I wrong? Oh well. Not a big deal. Let's grab this last piece and forge the Armageddon Blade. Die, please. Okay, well that didn't work. Was I an idiot just then? I just realized. I think I was an idiot. I think I may have been an idiot. I was an idiot.
That's it. The last piece of that accursed blade. Now, get back to Ulthane and finish this business.
Actually, maybe I'll walk around there. Yeah, I don't remember this section being that long. But clearly I went the wrong way. Maybe it would have been faster using Fulgrim.
Good to see you again, horseman. My greatest work. Until now.
Hey, Uriel. I hope this song isn't copyrighted. There's a destroyer. Hey, Ultimate Blade and Battle Hardened. I do not think I have enough time to get this last achievement. Probably gonna take me a bit, and there's also one other thing that I want to do. Actually, no, we got everything. So really, you just need to run around circles for Darksider to be done, which we were gonna do in the Ashlands, but I don't think 40 minutes is enough time to do that, but we can at least try. I mentioned before that my computer has been like putting updates whenever someone I'm subscribed to makes a post or uploads a video or whatever. They also do it. It also does it whenever someone likes a comment I made. Been watching a lot of Scooby-Doo reactions of all things like the 2002 movie and Monsters Unleashed sequel. And I always get a kick out of seeing people's reactions to the fart scenes because I have the humor of a 12-year-old. But there was a scene in Monsters Unleashed when Scooby, Shaggy, and Velma were just kind of trying to run to get to where they need to go to kind of set their trap, and they kind of ran into like these skeleton monsters, and Scooby literally farted, fanned away the fart, and then Shaggy says he does that when he gets nervous. And I made a comment to that video as someone's reaction saying the fact that he fanned it away is what does it for me. And I just was reading that comment because someone just liked that comment and it just made me laugh again remembering that scene. Something else I missed. So this is gonna be a bit of a grind, but we have to do it for an achievement. It's the last achievement we're gonna be farming for, and I honestly don't think we'll be able to get it to stream, but we can try. This is the largest area in in the game, so I kind of feel with the largest open world area, I should say, not dungeon. I kind of feel this would be a good enough space to get the Darksider achievement, and again, I don't think I'll be able to get it, but I can try. I don't think I can get it this stream. Sorry about that, I was trying to close a window. It is going up a bit by bit, so maybe we'll get it. This is quite possibly the thing that I enjoyed the least about games. I mentioned before, I kind of hate platforming for anything. I don't like grindy achievements. Just keep an eye on that achievement tracker. Once we get this done, we just have the final boss and then 2 more playthroughs to do. Really, the 3rd playthrough isn't really a full playthrough, it's just playing until the Twilight Cathedral. We'll definitely be beating the Destroyer on next Sunday, and we'll be starting the Apocalyptic playthrough. So I have that to look forward to. Got about 30 minutes, give or take, left in the stream, so... How much progress I can make. I haven't really been making too much progress, at least not more than enough that would honestly gonna help me be a little bit further on. How many miles do I need to do again? 100. Okay. That should be a good thing. Round 100 is like around like a perfect number for the achievement. That means we'll be going up 1%. 1 mile for 1%. So we are nearing 29 or 30 miles. Isn't going up at all. I feel like they stopped tracking, so we'll probably get it when we get it. Oh, it just went up. Went up quite a bit, actually. This actually kind of happens a lot. Like, achievements I track, they don't track accurately. So then they just stop tracking and then they track again. I think we're at 30% now. Got exactly 29 minutes left in the stream. So far, like, I've been really enjoying this game up until this point. I just wasn't really a big fan of grinding the games. I kind of do that quite a bit. At least I did all the Wicked Cave fights. That's something I was actually planning on doing. Maybe at 32%. Hard to tell. Oh my god. Did not get this achievement soon enough. It would have been kind of nice to be able to use the Armageddon blade in New Game Plus. It's one of the things I kind of wish was different. I really feel that if you're gonna make New Game Plus a thing, you shouldn't freaking nerf your character. Like, your characters should be as strong as they are in the first playthrough as they were in New Game Plus. The whole point of New Game Plus, like especially for Dark Souls, is especially true for like a lot of RPGs. You're going in there at a higher level. You're going into bosses much stronger than you were previously. Yeah, sure. Some things like the quest respawn. That's fine. That's not like they bump you down to level 1 just to play like against harder enemies. That's essentially what this game does. Really wish it didn't though. Honestly, I think it would be so much way more fun to be able to go into each boss, max health, max wrath with the Armageddon blade and the abyssal armor. Just fucking destroy every single boss and every single enemy I come across. That would be so much more fun in my opinion. But they didn't do that. Unfortunate. I think New Game Plus was a thing in Darksiders 2 and 3 as well. Can't remember how they handle it. I'm kind of hungry. This is such a pain. I sound like Sloth from Full Metal Alchemist. Life's a pain. Work is a pain. Dying is a pain. Anime is just great. I really kind of want to watch that anime with my family. I think that's something they would really enjoy. At least 54 episodes, but my dad, heck was that? My dad actually, when I try to talk to him about anime, he always kind of brings up the Speed Racer cartoon, which he always called an anime. I don't know if that's considered an anime, Speed Racer. I always kind of thought that was more of a cartoon with anime like attributes. That's something I could Google right now, just to distract myself. Oh, it is an anime. It started off as a manga in Shueisha Shonen. Oh, well. I was wrong. It's an anime. I thought it was a cartoon. I know they made like a reboot of the Speed Racer thing, like I think it was on Cartoon Network for a time. Back when I still watched cartoons as a kid. But they had like a remake where it was Speed Racer's son that was kind of attending the school racer essentially. Essentially raced via like an AI track essentially. But I watched a bit of it. I think they ended up like canceling that series. I don't know if it's still ongoing. I don't think it is anymore. I think they canceled it. There's like a lot of really good shows that like aired for like one season on Cartoon Network before like dropping out. Some of them weren't even cartoons. Some of them were actually live action. And there's one that really interested me where it's kind of like My Hero Academia, I guess, where it's kind of like a prep school where every student is like a superhero, and it had like a really interesting story, but then they dropped it after one season. One thing I kind of like really hate is I don't like unfinished stories. There's so many TV shows I try and get into and I really enjoy, and then they just cancel it like one season, and then after ending it on a cliffhanger, and that leaves me upset. Got 20 minutes left. I am completely bored right now. I've been honestly kind of thinking about just doing this offline, to be honest. I don't like getting achievements offline, that's the thing. Like, I'm fine, like, grinding, like, I'm doing, like, doing some off-screen grinding, like, for, like, items or something. But if it's for something like an achievement, like, I'd rather show it on stream. Oh my god. It's so slow. Trying to see if this is faster. like that. I don't like that sound, and I don't recognize this area, and I'm worried I'm gonna go into like an area I don't want to be. I don't know where, I don't recognize this at all. This is not, I thought this was leading to the Stygian. Or we found the Stygian, but I don't recognize this at all. The 2 hits takes him down. Dude, oh my god, the Armageddon blade is so good. What are we at now? 42%. I think I'm gonna stop right now. I kinda wanna take a break. So, if you are remotely interested in what you see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be played for 100% completion. I'm going to be streaming Darksiders Warmastered Edition yet again on Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Origins 100% completion on Fridays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to be streaming SimCity Pass for 100% completion on Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. As SimCity said, live stream, which means I will continue to play this game so long as I continue to enjoy it. I am going to be playing Marvel Rivals for 100% completion on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.